Good morning. How is everybody doing? I'm a little lazy today. I feel lazy. I was like, I don't want to do this today. I don't want to run. I don't want to do anything. I have, we have a little shift in plans today, but I'll wait until everybody gets here in order to start talking about it. But I just feel like I had a great sleep. Oh, good, Sarah, you got this. Remember, you got this. Deep breaths. Happy Friday. Let's start there. TGI freaking F. I'm glad it's Friday. I don't know why, but it just feels different. It's a different vibe. I know some of you are thinking, well, you don't work, you know? You don't work. I know, I got to remember that, Sarah, for myself. But Friday is a different feel, a different vibe than a Monday. Like, I feel a Monday. Hi, Jane. I feel a Monday. I feel, yeah, I do work. Hi, buddy. And I don't get time off, you know? You guys at least, my son is dancing. I love it. Oh, hi, Maz. I just popped up message here, Fibro video. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, I have. Hello, ciao. Ciao, Bella. Oh, good, Sue, good. Oh God, the parents, the peas. Hi, Ginger. I'm hurting today, but I'm a little bit better. I had sections in my neck yesterday, sore. Hi, Jaren. What was that on your table? Was it tea or wine? So, hi, Nadine. How are you? The peas. Yeah, the peas. Oh, the peas. Fuck the peas. No, don't. Don't do that. You want a crown? Yeah, I don't know. Hello from Michigan. You can call me Day. Ah, I like that. Elizabeth, I don't know if I'm ever gonna, and you don't always have to like your parents. Absolutely not. I don't always like my kids or my husband. Most of the time I don't like my husband. Weight loss tips. Oh God. Just lean meats, veggies, fruits. I don't know how old you are, but hello in Santa Rosa. You need just water, lessen up on the soda pop, iced tea. Yeah, turn it off. Lord have mercy. It could get a little dicey for me. And so movement, you gotta move, girl. You gotta move. Movement is the key. Just good foods. Don't eat fast food. Start with, you know what I tell people when they want to, don't restrict yourself. Hello, bonjour, comment ça va? I always say, don't restrict yourself. Eat what you want, but cut everything in half. That's how you start. And move. Clean. Put on your music. Dance. That's it. Yes. Right, Maz. It was grape juice. Okay. Thank you, Ariana. Oh, good. 20 minutes. That's okay. The goal is always to turn it on. And if you get on the treadmill and you turn it on and actually move, you're doing the first step. The kitties are lovely, Valerie. I took in Drury Island, Ireland. I took some pictures, some videos last night. So, Christy, what was I going to tell you? Oh, do you have a Costco? Sheets. Do you have a Costco? Costco has the best sheets for your bed. Gotta keep on. Hi, Joe. How are you? Strawberries are good. Anything fruit, you just gotta keep it light, airy, and fun. So, I'm not saying I can't take things out of my diet, right? I can't take things out of my diet. Of course you do, catty daddy. I love dancing in the car. Are you driving, girl? So Christy, I also have a link I could send you. I also bought a pair of sheets on Amazon that stay on pretty well. Now, Dan fights in his sleep, so these gray ones do. Hi, Dacky. How are you? Troller is... Hi, Duke. You guys, I'm getting some new hats. I'm getting your husband. Huh? What? Who? Oh my God, the sour candies. Debbie, let me know. I didn't do it. Hi, Galaxy. I didn't do it to Ed last night. I felt bad. Yes, I mellow out on the ice cream. Valerie, the way you start it, just have one serving size. Hey, here's the thing. Yeah, Jane has some splaining to do. Hi, Craig. Hi, Craig. We're all confused, but hello. I saw my turn mall. What? Marty, you're not supposed to do that. Oh yeah, I know. We're ready. On a member live, get your ass on and let us know. How are you feeling after appointment? Sore. My pain is less, but I'm sore. Right from 4 years ago because of a trainer. Also, I don't miss any of it. I love junk food. She said I didn't do it to Ed last night. I didn't do it to Caddy Daddy. For the love of Pete. What in the world? Do you want me to start, guys? See, I can't do that. I like to go to Chipotle. Occasionally I want some fries. I always get some chips, but I put them in a bowl. Never take the bag with you because you will eat the bag. Thank you, Lori. When you eat the sour candy, okay, I'll do it. I'll do a food review of the sour candy. I can't keep a straight face. So, Debbie, if you get them, see if you can and your mind's in the effing gutter. I gotta be nice just in case my friend Sarah has me on and her parents don't like cussing. I'm upbeat today. I'm always upbeat. I try to be. Sometimes it's just not in me, but I try to be upbeat. It's Friday, so I don't know. Do any of you know Ed Bassmaster? He's a comedian. Dan found him Ed found Dan on Instagram and he watches his videos. I think there's a connection with Alzheimer's in his family, whether it's his dad, I don't remember. But anyway, so he's a comedian. So Dan and Ed have been building a friendship online. Dan's been watching him, like, love him, laughs. He's a crazy comedian. So he's here. He's here in Sacramento. So he's stopping by the house today to say hi. My members know because I told them about it, how Dan switched everything up on me. And so I cleaned last night. I cleaned a little bit this morning. That's why I was late. We don't know what time he's coming by today, which also puts me in a little tizzy. And then we're going to see his show tonight in Sacramento. So Dan's over the moon. Dan is over the moon. He talks about Ed Bassmaster nonstop. So he's excited. I'm like, we'll see. So Dan wants to do some, content with him and have fun. So anyway, hi Becky, you live in Sparks? Ooh, in Santa Cruz, that was my old stomping grounds. I appreciate that. Hello in Dublin. So I made plans with my friend, because hi Tina, in South Australia, love it. It's so crazy to me when you guys tell me where you're at. So I smell fire. Uh-oh. I smell fire. You love his character, Chip Diamond? Okay, that's Ed Bassmaster? Okay. So Dan's trying to show me his clips when I'm like literally like cleaning. And I'm like, I don't know. So anyway, that's our plan. So we're meeting my friend about 4-ish for a drink and some food. And then we are going downtown. So, hi Chris, you too. So, a lot of excitement. I went to my my pain doctor yesterday. I started on Lyrica last night. So I've heard I've got to be really careful with the alcohol and everything else. So, it's going to be tricky for me because, I enjoy drinking. So I'm going to have to just wait to see. Really? You think he's funny? All right. So I'm excited to see him then. I thought it was just Dan. I don't always think what Dan thinks is funny is funny. They're so sour. Debbie, your face will not be, and if your face stays normal, I don't know. So I started Lyrica based on my concerns and worries. He felt that that was going to be the best thing for me. So if that doesn't work, there's of course others. Thank you, Nug. There was a couple of others that we can try. So it's kind of sucks because I like to, yeah, it's date night. So I always worry, I said that. I said I worry about gaining weight, hair loss, because I'm already establishing hair loss. I can't afford to be tired. And I know these are side effects of these potential medicines. Thanks, Sarah. I think that's cool. Yeah, so wish me luck. Hopefully I'm on the lowest dose. So I work my way up until I find a good calming effect, right? So right now I'm on 25 milligrams for 5 days, and then I slowly up it until I feel some relief. And then we stop, right? And then when it doesn't work anymore, then we add. So I'm nervous, I'm excited, because I just can't do it on anymore. You are on Lyrica and it works, good. I'm trying. You gained 25 pounds fast. Well, my friend said it gave her a big sweet tooth. So should be fine, no side effects, yeah. And that's what the doctor said. And I'm not looking to get rid of the pain. I'm just looking for it to be more manageable, right? Lyrica helps with your anxiety. Oh, good. I am. Well, but Sandra, I have to eventually get up to 6 pills. So 3 in the evening, 3 in the morning. But if I don't need to, right? He said you stop where you feel respite, right? You feel relief. I need some light, you guys. I'm gonna try to take it out at night. No, my pain is primarily from my traps all the way up through my head. So I need something, you guys. I mean, I'm at my wit's end. I can't continue to do this life I'm in without some sort of help. So I also have a little bit of restless legs occasionally. So that would be good. It works with the central nervous system. So with fibromyalgia, my doctor explains it like a volume dial. Okay, so our body has a hard time regulating pain. So we always operate in a higher, which most people who don't have it, right? Their central nervous system is able to control it a little bit better. Me, like, this is supposed to just turn the dial down. He said it's supposed to work with your central nervous system and just keep you at a lower threshold of pain. It's so draining, Candy, and I'm struggling because most of you know how busy my life is, and I can't afford to stop, but it's slowing me down. It's really slowing me down. Hi, Cindy Lou. So I'm trying here. I need something. And, you know, I don't ever really stress to everybody. Thanks, Deborah. Hi, Lee. I don't ever stress as much as pain as I'm in because I try to, oh, Kimber says I'm drunk. No, I'm not. I have Red Bull, Kimbra. Does it make you feel better for yourself to come on and bully people? Because that's what you are, is a bully. Period, a bully. I hope your kids are proud and your grandchildren maybe. Hi Peggy. I don't like taking medicine. So hi Gigi. So this was a huge step for me, a huge step for me. So I need positive mojo because I don't want to hear negative because I'm a hypochondriac and then I absorb all of the side effects you say you have and I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Just be happy for me and hopefully I'm fine. And it sucks. Yeah, I know. And it's hard. I have COPD and the only thing I'm on is oxygen. And that's good if you can do it. You know, I had to reach out for help. I'm at the point, Candy, same with my anxiety 2 years ago. I was buckling, right? Legally. I was buckling and then I got on anxiety medicine And then I was pissed because I waited so long to do it. So please just give me positivity. Positivity. I don't want to hear the negatives, you know. I need positives because I need to focus on hoping. I don't want to jinx it before it starts to work, right? And normally with a hypochondriac, you start feeling all the effects that people are talking about. So I asked the doctor about weight gain, and he said, some people, right, it doesn't make you gain weight. He said the pill itself doesn't make you gain weight. It's the cravings that you divulge in that make you gain the weight. So just be conscious of your food. Hello, Ruth. How are you? Everyone reacts differently, and that's the thing. We got to remember, if it didn't work for you, it works for other people. So let's just keep that in mind. Don't put the negative mojo on me. I can't do it. I already have so much negativity in my life that when I hear the constant negative, it brings me down, right? And it makes me feel like there's no hope for me. And I need hope. I need a grasp onto something that's going to work. And I told the doctor, I said, me too, Linda. And I told the doctor, I said, I enjoy my wine. I dabble a little bit in the gummies. And that seems to not work like it does for most people. But the wine really works for me. But again, the wine works for me and my body, right? But again, I don't want to go down that road and rely on a bottle of wine a night, right? So no mods, Lily. I have to figure out how to do the mod thing. I have to get on. I think, go on a desktop and do it. So I'll make you one as well. So I just need positivity. I need something at this point because I'm drowning. I'm drowning in pain. And doing what I do every day, it's not helpful. Pepper relief medicine is what you need. Yeah, I can't do it. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to get in the habit of drinking a bottle a day. Eventually it's going to go up, right? And I don't want to do that. That's just a bad avenue. So that's why I'm like, I recognize it. And I was like, nope, I can't do it. I need something else. So thank you, Kathy. I appreciate it. I even throw the descriptions away, the side effects. I can't do it. I can't read them because I feel everything. I absorb it. I'm an empath, hypochondriac. I absorb everything that everybody throws at me. Hello, Daniel. Great name. No, I won't make you a mod girl. I know better. Candace, not for me. Not for me. Wine works the best for me. Weirdest thing, I know, but it does. I do both. Like maybe a glass or two of wine, and then maybe a gum or a little Benjamin. But it gets me to a place. But if I just drink wine by itself, I'm in so much of a better place without the gum and without also. I need that wine. And so, yeah, especially when we're literally, hi Sue, especially when, are we back? Let me know. Are we back? Okay. You're such a blessing to Dan and father-in-law. God will thank you, Ruth. I appreciate that. I need something because I can't. I just can't. And those of you with fibro, no, you know, it's hard. And some of you probably don't move very much because you can't do it, right? I force myself to move every day. I force myself to get up even when I don't want to. And in the morning time, I have this negative cloud that follows me around. I don't want to get up. I don't want to clean the kitchen. I don't want to deal with the day. I don't want to do all the things that I have to do because I hurt. I'm in pain. And it makes you tired, right? It makes you tired. It makes you frustrated. It makes you feel like you can't control your emotions. Slap that on with perimenopause, right? Perimenopause and fibromyalgia mimic so many other different types of diseases, right? And so it makes you feel sick sometimes. The good thing is my uterus is finally settled down. The IUD has totally helped me. So at least I have one thing taken care of, because I had an angry uterus on top of all this other shit. And I was like, I can't live like this, right? I can't, oh gosh. Yep, I know about Crohn's, Coco. Hang tough. I can't live like this. How do people do it? And required to take care of everything that they do, you know? So it's so painful. And Deborah, as I get older, it gets worse. So mine started after my mom died. So it doesn't have to be related to an accident or an injury. It can also be related to stress. Mine, stress. I started feeling phantom pains after my mom died. I started feeling phantom pains after she died. And then it just progressively has gotten worse and worse and worse. 17, I want to fall again. I put up 40 pounds. Don't move because I fall. And that's another problem, Sandra, is you need to move, right? You need to move. If you don't move, you're going to gain weight. I'm bringing you down to give. Oh, I appreciate it, Susan. And it's, you know, all the burdens of kids, bills, life, you know, and we absorb it all, right? And we deal with it ourselves, and we become sick later in life because our body is tired, it's worn out, and it can't handle anymore. And it says, wake up, honey, you need to start taking care of yourself. And that's where I have. You had a heart attack and then fibro? So yes, and I'm in a huge flare-up right now. I think thank you, Linda. I think that's what it is I'm frozen. I'm flared, not frozen. I wish I was frozen. So I'm in a flare-up. And the flare-ups don't just go away. I can't even snap my fingers because my fingers hurt so bad. I can't, you know, I'm in such a flare-up, and it takes you a while. When you're, I asked him about the rheumatologist, and he was like, you know, Danielle, based on your labs and everything, I don't think it's not, you don't have any autoimmune issues because everything looks great, right? So I don't think that's what you need. I think it's, you know, fibromyalgia mimics any sort of autoimmune issues. So tramadol, yeah, and Lyrica, yeah. So mine is, by Ed's fall. No, I think it's just my life is very difficult. I have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of upkeep, a lot of my own issues, right? A lot of my own issues that I put on myself because I'm very hard on myself. Flare-ups can last a month, and I'm going to tell you this right now, my pain has never felt so painful. For me, it's about 9, and 8, 9. I say I wake up and I'm about a 7.5. By the time I start moving and doing all that stuff, it creeps up. After I exercise, it creeps up more. And then all my running around and everything out through the day. Oh my gosh, I've had a frozen shoulder. Not as bad as it was the first time. You got this. I'm trying, Myra. I won't let myself fail. I can't do it. I'm stubborn as a mule, so I will not let this get me down, and that's my problem. I try in the afternoon at about 3-ish. I always hit a wall. So I go lay down in bed sometimes, and I sit there, and if I sleep, I sleep. If I don't, just to get off my feet and relax, have the kitties love me and my dogs. Fibro is mostly in women, Sandy. It's higher percentage in women. Men are getting it, but not as much. My mom passed 19 years ago, so it started 19 years ago and just got progressively worse. Wednesday, and I'm not supposed to take anything like out on leave, and my pain is so bad today. You have to. I mean, Slick, you got to do what you got to do to function. You know, that's my whole thing. Hi, Tammy. I haven't had it at all. I've been on it for 2 years. Well, Barbie, everybody's different. Just because somebody else gains weight doesn't mean you will. You know, you got to remember that. When you hear, and that's what I'm trying to get my mind right, when you hear everybody like, don't take that, oh God, nah. Oh, I was horrible on that. You know, you're just like, oh my God, like, can I just see what it does to me first? Love you, Lise. I saw you texting me, I didn't get to it yet. Have you tried pain management? I'm in pain management right now, Deborah. I just started. I started probably 6 months ago, 7 months ago, 8 months ago, somewhere around there. I started off with trigger point injections, that didn't work. I had an ablation, that didn't work. Got another trigger point, and then now I'm on medicine. I wanted to see if I could do it without the medicine, and I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. So I'm very active. I've always been. And those of you who know you're in pain and you can't move, well, there's days I don't want to move, but I have to because I refuse to be stagnant. I refuse. Yes, my friend said that scared the living. I know. Does GABA make people gain weight? I don't know. Everybody has different things, Barbs. That's why I just say, you know, I've heard so many bad things about gabapentin because of people saying, don't get on that, don't get on that, don't get on that. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want gabapentin. You know, and the doctor just laughed at me. He's like, well, why? I said, because everybody's yelling at me, telling me not, and the horrible things that have happened to them. And so he's like, well, because it's the most prescribed medication for pain control. And so, and I've already gone in with that, you know, that horrible, because of what everybody's been talking about. And so, and I don't want to be like that. So Patty said it didn't make her gain weight. Here's the thing, what makes you gain weight is your mouth and what you put in it, right? Yes, not moving makes, and I get worse. Yes, Nicole, when I wake up in the morning. So did I get the shot? What shot? Are you talking about the poke, the jab, the COVID shot? Yes, I believe in science. I get any vaccine that presents it to self to me to keep me healthy. So exercise is good for the mind, the soul, and the body, and the endorphins. But like right now, my hip's in pain. I slathered Tiger Balm all over my neck this morning because those injections hurt when you get the injections. But if you're going to associate my fibromyalgia to the shot, don't even bother me with that bullshit because I had it long before the shot. Jake, did you get vaccines when you were born? I bet your mama made you get the vaccines, right? So don't come at me with that bullshit. I don't deal well with the no shot shit. Thanks, Susan. I try. We had fun last night. I did a couple more Snapchats with him. I'll share in the next couple days. You know, at night when I start settling down into bed, we bring him in there because he's not ready to go to bed till 9. Bye, Gabby. Thank you for joining. Yes, you need to get to bed. 3 a.m. Girl. See, I loved your pictures. That was fun to see your hike with the staff. I'm here to protect myself. You know, I protect my kids do it. I don't make them do it. It's their choice whether they want to or not. We believe in science, period. Yes, I got to keep moving. Just for my, the med holes hurt the worst. Yes, it takes, I know a ton of people that get really sick after the jab, heart attacks and cancer. Here's the thing about cancer. I don't believe in a shot causing cancer. I don't believe in a shot causing autism. I just don't believe in that stuff. I think it's in your body, you're gonna get it no matter what. The jab does give some other sorts of, any immunization or anything you put in your body, anything you put in your body could cause and have side effects. I have friends that have suffered and didn't have any sign of anything before, and yes, have suffered. But to say they get cancer, that's a stretch. That's a stretch. Hi, Sean. Oh, thanks, Crystal. Judy, how are you feeling? Are you feeling any better? I heard the first couple of weeks, the knee pain is brutal, but then you should start to feel better. Voltaren. I hate Voltaren. I like BioFreeze, and I just got Tiger Balm. My kids loved the Tiger Balm when they were playing soccer. And so I was like, ooh, let me try some of this. I also bought, I can't find the lidocaine patches that Ed got. I can't find it. So I bought some until I try to find them again. You're not high? Oh, good. We come from California by your beliefs. You people as dumb as a box of rocks. Oh, that's nice. Billy Riley says, we can tell you're from California by your beliefs. Your people are about as dumb as rocks. Billy, seems like you're the one that's dumb as rocks. Seems like you're very one-sided, very angry, and very bitter. Keep up the good role modeling for your family. How about that? Anyway, so I love how people just assume everybody in California is liberal. If you've noticed, Billy, from the last election, Billster, that the amount of Republican voters were higher than they've been in a long time. So talk about a dumb of rocks, a bag of dump, a brick, stupid, right? Scum of the earth. Yeah, no. Pay attention, read more. Read a more well-rounded. Can you read? Let's start with that. Can you read? Maybe you should stay away from the one-sided party articles and do more of a internal research for your own brain. Yeah?
Funny statistic, California has more Republicans.
I just said that.
Than any other state.
I just said that. But we're the Dust Rock people because we live in California. I just said that. Billster wasn't very knowledgeable in that. Anyway. I know. Froggy, I forgot to ask for them yesterday and I'm really pissed off. But I can tell you something. I have a box of them. I just can't find them. I can't find them. If California is, I'd be like the 5th largest. Yeah, I mean, talk about this stupid. They come on and yeah, I mean, and to say that we're one-sided or the other, just because I believe in science, you're gonna attack me for that. Do you go to the doctor when you're sick, Billster? That's if you're going to the doctor because you're sick, then you're looking for science to help you be better, right? If you get cancer, are you gonna go to the doctor? That's science, Billster. Just because I live in California, you don't know what I believe in. You don't know. You don't know. I'm more of a moderate than I am any other side. My views change based on the parties and based on the important issues that they bring at hand. I change my vote depending on how I feel at the time and what the importance for me is. My vote changes often. So who's dumb as rocks? Not me. Yeah, not me. You. Yeah. I gotta be done. I gotta be done. Hi, Darren. How are ya? Let's see. So anyway, and that's okay, Jake. That's okay. But by the way, Jake, a shot didn't come out in 6 months. That shot didn't come out in 6 months. That shot was in the recipe for a long time. Do your research. Do your research. Do your research. So anyway, I have lidocaine patches that Ed got. I just can't find them. So I gotta find them somewhere. You're gonna have to pay bills. I hate that. I hate bill month. Hi, Chris. How are ya? That's like the anti-mask people. Next surgery, tell the team that you don't want a mask. Yeah, exactly. That's a good one, Nicole. I never even said that. And no gloves. Yeah, when next time you go for the science, you know, doctor's appointments, tell them you want to be seen with no gloves and no mask, if you don't believe in it. Anyway, so anyhow, how you guys doing, TGIF? And no washing the hands. Yeah, no washing the hands. So they knew about COVID before it came out. Yes, Jake. Before Trump took office for the first time, the CDC and all the am I saying it right? I can't remember. They had the help me please, because I'm trying to the department that runs all the testing and the things for pandemics. They were on it. They knew this was going to happen. Abso-fucking-lutely. Again, do your research. Before you come on here and think you know things, I know more than you, obviously. So I don't know a lot more, but I know more, obviously, than you. Do your research. Hi, Ebony. How are you? Here's the thing, thank you. The Department of Infectious Diseases has been around for a long time. Trump came in and abolished it. Took it away. Ridiculous. And in that process, they were working on things with COVID. They knew it was going to happen. They knew, because the flu is a COVID virus, right? So they're prepared. They're the people who protect the fucking, Obama's administration had a manual that Trump's refused to open. So it's not totally man-made. Not totally. Jake, again, do your research. Don't go on the Republican site and read their one-sided antics. Go and do your wealth of information before you come here. Yeah, before you come here. Trump abolished it, and guess what happened? Now we had COVID, right? And all of the scientists and all the doctors that were working on protection for us, like the measles and all those things, it stopped, halted it. And then we had a 4 fucking year pandemic. Yeah, so don't come to me until you do your research. And guess what was the one thing he came in and abolished this time? I'll let you think about that. I got thrown out of a motel because I wouldn't wear one. You did?
Here.
And that's okay, Sean. Hey, I have a question for you. To each his own. To each his own. You wear a mask, wear a mask. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. But don't be hypocritical. Don't be hypocritical. Sean, when you work with formaldehyde and chemicals and all that stuff, do you put a mask on or do you not? I'm just asking. I would. I mean, sometimes I'm in a bathroom and I wish I had my mask because the smells and fecal matter permeates in the air and you breathing other people's poop particles into your nose. Anyway. Danielle, you're loved and great. Thank you, Stephanie. I love you too. So cats have their own coronavirus. So, I mean, bird flu, yeah. Yeah. Let's go. We can go on and on and on and on. But I can tell you, if I have an operation, I sure as hell want my people washing hands. I want them gloving up. And I do want everything that carries bacteria on their body covered. So that's just me. So I expect that people who don't believe in that, you shouldn't go to the doctor then. I mean, I think that. All the people who are against all that stuff, then why do you go to the doctor? I don't know what DMSO means. I'm from the States, I really don't care about your politics or any politics for that matter. Good for you, Jake. Good for you. Anyway, knobheads is right. I usually have 3 lidocaine patches on one time. I think that's the limit. I don't even know what the limit is, but I gotta find my patches. My notice just do mine. So do mine. Thanks to scientists, we're not able to live past 33 years old because a little cold doesn't take most of us out. Right, remember the flu? We're not also walking around with tuberculosis or, tuberculosis and what else? There's a lot more, measles and all that shit. Talk to Jake, he just wants to push your buttons. It's not just Jake, Patty, that I'm talking to. There's been a lot of other comments of ignorance in this world. To loosen the cups for Ed. Did you use? No. Christine, I used a knife. I used a knife. For some reason, that was the only one. I can't stand the man. He really has to destroy this country. Yes, Kitty. Polio. Yes, how about polio? What other ones? I'll take the jabs to protect myself. Dr. Dutz about gloves and mask, great point. Yes. And I just look at it that way. I try to look at it respectively. You know, you don't want all that shit. You don't want help. You don't appreciate the medical community or the scientists that back the medical community. Then you shouldn't go to the doctor. And you should not get surgeries or try to save your life. I know. Rita, I can't do it from here. I have to get on my desktop. I promise I will. I haven't had time. At the Pink Pony Club. My doctor does too. Especially around older folk. You know, you have to respect other people, period. Attacking them for their beliefs or what they do or asking if they got the shot to prove a point doesn't work well with me because I think that's just a pussy way of dealing with things. shouldn't matter, or your opinions of me should not matter based on what I believe. You can keep your opinions to yourself, and I won't fight back with the ignorance, right? I can't handle ignorance. So anyway, I think staying home when sick is the best way to stop the spread. I do too. But I mean, you think about how many years ago, 10, 20 years ago, Sassy, actually more than, yeah, that's what I said. If you don't believe in science, don't seek medical help, period. Oh, you're sick and you're an anti-masker or anything else? Why are you going to the doctor? Diphtheria, pertussis, yep. Measles, German measles, I get it. So anyway, don't go to seek medical help. Why do you go to the doctor for sicknesses if you don't believe? Yes, ignorance and stupidity go hand in hand. I wish I was ignorant. I think I would walk along this world and this planet with a smile on my face. But unfortunately, I see too clearly. Yes, and you do. And my friend, who's been a friend for a long time, she had a severe reaction to the COVID vaccine. My son did too, but still respects my opinion. And then, you know, she's still dealing with the alternate effects of it. But hey, guess what? COVID also provides issues if you got it. She's also gotten COVID a lot too. So it could all go hand in hand. Was vaccinated, still got pertussis, which is scary. Yes, that is scary. We're vaccinated for chickenpox. My older children were born in. Yeah, and I had chickenpox too. I'm getting better at distinguishing which kitten is which. No tail is sweetie pea. Yeah. And you're protecting, yes, you're protecting your son. You got to do what you got to do for your household. We try to do our best for Ed as well because he's 93 and he's more susceptible of everything. Yes, people don't understand. Most people in this world, and that's why we have the sides are so, you know, black and white, because people we just need to get back to being more moderate in this world. We got more things done and accomplished, and the world wasn't so angry. The kitty's eye is better. Yeah, science is not perfect. There's no magical pill to cure anything. But so far, I think science has been pretty accurate and has helped millions and billions of people. So I'm gonna go with those statistics. Mustard on the beat, yo. I know sex. Oh, why are you in the hospital? Why are you in the hospital, Pedros? Yeah, Jake, stop it. Move forward. And if you can't move forward, don't give me the old blasphemy. I really enjoy watching you and the family. If you did, you wouldn't be pushing. You wouldn't continue. So either take it and be quiet, or I will help remove you. You guys I'm trying to get my 80-year-old dad to move in with me and my hubby. I must be out of my mind. You are out of your mind. But love leads the way. Maggie, you are, but so are we. Everybody who does that is out of their mind. You have this, yeah. So anyway, she has been here since Sunday. Oh, you're in the hospital with your milk. Okay. I was like, girl, you didn't tell us something was wrong. Don't be letting us out. Love the leads the way. And we needed to insert the Van Halen song, you know, bum, 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 it got what it takes. No, that's not the song. Well, there's another song. I can't. So tell me why can't this be love? Take it and be quiet. I think he liked that. Nugget, I don't think that was a bad thing, was it? I just looked and the CDC still exists. Part of it have moved to Health and Human Services and it's working to focus on infectious. Good. I'm having to get off now, so I'm sending you gentle hugs. I'll take all the hugs. Deborah, I appreciate it. Thanks for visiting. My mom died from COVID and had a little bit of being sick a day in her life, way more than a cold for her. And it's way more than a cold for most people. A lot of people who've had COVID more than, I've had COVID once that I know of. And a lot of people who've had it some people just get it. I have friends who've gotten it multiple times. And I laugh at them because I'm like, oh my God, how's that possible? Catch the bird, oh my God, that poor bird. That wasn't sweet, Jaren. And I think also it has effects on the body because we know that. Scientists have showed us what it does to the body. So it does. And I think the more times you get it, the more susceptible you are for long-term illness, period. Mushroom coffee, is it hallucinogenic? No, not the ones you get in the store. No. Okay. Okay. I think I banned him. I think I got rid of him. So let me know if he keeps, yeah, I got rid of him. I can't handle, here's the thing. You tell people to be quiet. Oh shit. Okay, bye Susan. Your marriage, or has it? Has it affected our marriage? Of course it affects your marriage in different ways, Kathy. I hate when people keep going. I hate when, why does he keep talking? Did I accidentally did I accidentally do something? I don't know how. I deleted him. I don't understand how he's still posting. Yeah, the Rise mushroom coffee has healthy benefits. I am not into that. It just worries me about that stuff. And I'm 72. And Marty, hey, I think this is a good time now. If you ever come in contact with it, you know what I mean? I think that the beginnings of COVID was really scary for some, and we lost a lot of lives. I think as it's matriculated and gone through so many different things, I think that it's still sick. Just like people die from the flu every year. I mean, we still have deaths with illness, but it is what it is. I think it's less of a fact. I think it's better now than it was. So it should ease your mind a little bit. It took me years. I'm going to tell you, I had so much paranoia about COVID. And a lot of people went through that. And especially because my son was sick at the time. And it was really scary for us because at the point we didn't know what was wrong with him. And so we, and COVID happened, and and it was going on, and our fear because we didn't know how his body was going to react to that, and anyway, so it was scary, and I got railroaded at my CrossFit gym because I wore masks to help me help my son. It brought a lot of ugly out in people. It brought a lot of ugly out in people, and still makes people ugly and triggered by it. And it's really sad because I think we are in such a really weird place in our world that it would benefit so many people. Just be kind, empathetic to others and why they're wearing the mask, whether they have health problems or their family does, or they live with an elder. Period. You don't have to attack them for their beliefs and continue attacking them because you don't believe in what they believe in. It's okay. That's what makes the world go round. But what I will not tolerate is disrespect. I will not tolerate disrespect to me, to my family, and my friends who believe in the simple things of science, masks, or anything else like that. Period. So anyway, so we could have a reaction to anything. Yeah, we could have a reaction to anything. I could have a reaction to the pain pill that I'm taking, Lyrica. Am I going to blame the world and the government and the FDA and all the scientists for coming up with that? No, I'm going to move on, and I'm going to try to do what's best for me. Made my decision to retire from my career at the age of 54. And that's good, Phil. The thing is that if you could do that and you are happy and content with life, you are living the dream, man. You are living the dream. Danielle, hi Barbara. Tell Dan we had a weird UFO sighting in central Minnesota last night. Ooh, he would like that. Hi Miami, how are you? And Frog, what did you do? Were you a nurse or something? Why do I think you're a nurse? Is that right? Do I remember correctly? Probably not, but I'm just shooting. People fight it, yeah. Her goals aren't steps. Yeah, sorry, Leslie. My goals aren't steps. I get a lot of steps in. I get a minimum of $10,000 a day. Wouldn't that be nice? I get a minimum of 10,000 steps a day. That's how much I move. So I think, Susie, Lyrica is terrible to get off of, and so is so many other medications. I'm on Lexapro, and that's terrible to get off of too. So you have to wean yourself from those things. And I'm okay with it. You know what? I'd rather have that. I need help with my pain. So at this point in my life, I've dealt with it for 19 years, and I am going to finally succumb and say, help me, because it'll make me a better person. So you guys, it's really important for people to have, don't attack people. Don't attack people for choosing shots, vaccines, medical advice, or pain meds, or SSRIs for mental disorders. And, it's really unkind of people to say things like that. It's really unkind. Most people get to the point in their life, like me, where I can't do it anymore. I need help. My life is too physically demanding on me that I'm just getting worse and worse and worse. And at that point, what do? You seek the advice of medical help, right? I'm seeking the advice of a medical professional, a pain doctor to be specific, paying the money to see him to get help. And I need it. And there's a reason why I go to the doctor. I don't go all the time, but when I need it, I need it. Lexapro was the best thing that I've ever taken and done for myself. And I'm hoping Lyrica, if not Lyrica, something else, will be the best decision that I made in my 51st year. One of them. Anyway, don't yell at me about the side effects, the bad things about Lyrica. You guys, there are bad things about every medication you choose to take, okay? Everybody is different. Please give me space and time to figure out how the hell my body will react. I'm retired. Oh, USN diver. Oh, yeah, okay. I knew something. Okay, awesome. God, what a life. That seemed like a fun career. So yes, thank you, Nugget. I'm trying to. And, it's just like telling people to let me be. I don't care. I know what I'm choosing to do. I know what the possibilities are. I don't need to hear your bad experiences from them. I just need you to say, I hope it helps, period. Or don't say anything at all. Don't say anything at all. I'm just as nervous about starting this medication, but I'm desperate. I'm fucking desperate. I hurt, I'm in pain, I'm not happy, and I'm falling apart. So if it helps me, be happy for me. But don't stop telling me what to do and what to take or not to take. And my goal is to feel better. Yes, my goal is to feel better. Antidepressants save me. I take FXR. Yes, and I was, we are not, you get to a certain point in your life. Like I didn't take pills. I took birth control pills, right? And I take an allergy pill. I've done vitamins, and that's pretty much what I've taken my whole life. And then 2 years ago, I fell apart when my son got sick. COVID, the anxiety of COVID, my son, and then my son. And then we got Ed, right? Then we got Ed. I was falling apart. I was balled up in the shower, crying myself to, I don't know. I couldn't function. I was stressed. I was depressed. I was scared. I was lost. And I couldn't deal with life. I would run out of the house in the midst of panic, and Ed wasn't a helpful person at that time. He was difficult. He was still a lot his old ways. And so I was falling apart more frequently than not. And I finally said, I need help. I need help. I'm gonna die if I don't get help. And nobody understood. Nobody still understands the stuff I'm in and the way I feel right now. And that was a pivotal moment. I finally I finally got help for my anxiety. And boy, did it help. Now I'm at my wit's end with this pain. I've tried the ablation, I've tried everything to help my pain, and it's not working. And it didn't work. And paid lots of money for all those things to get some reprieve, still not working. Now I need help with pain. I cry almost every day, mostly to myself. I hurt, I'm defeated, I'm deflated, but I keep going because I'm a stubborn ass bitch. But it doesn't make it easier. So let me just have my minute and let me see if something works for me, for fuck's sake. Get off my back about what I need and what I don't need. Let me do what I need and see if it works, okay? I am hopeful, and I am hopeful. And that's where I gotta be. Thanks, Carla. It's a monster. It's a monster. And, you know, nobody, you know, I'm pretty silent about it. So when I started talking about pain, Dan was, yeah, you were pushing, Lily was pushing me for a lot more than just the Lexapro. Dan didn't even understand it. And then one day I'm like, I'm just in pain. And he's looking at me like, you don't look like you're in pain. Yeah, most people who are in pain don't look like they're in pain. I've kept it to myself because I knew he wouldn't understand it, okay? Certain people get it and certain people don't. Certain people have empathy, and he has empathy, but not to that. So I kept a lot to myself. I kept a lot to myself because I didn't want to be ridiculed for feeling a certain way and people not understanding or recognizing that I was in the pain and the confliction that I was in. Dan didn't want me to go on Lexapro. And half of my life, I listened to him, you don't need that, you don't need that. And I'm like, you're right, I don't need it. But I did need it. I did need it. And I finally got to the point where I said, fuck you, I don't care. And I said, I started medication. And he was like, you don't need it. But how do you know I don't need it? I need it. And I'm so fucking happy about it. This pain medicine too. I said today, I started on pain. He doesn't ask me about my doctor's appointments, nothing. You know, and I said, well, I started on Lyrica, so I gotta be careful with my drinking. Well, you can't fuck around with that shit. You started on Lyrica? Yeah. I'm in pain. I'm in pain. I'm in pain. I'm a silent, I bitch a lot, I complain a lot, but I also keep the severity of what I'm dealing with inside because I don't, for me, it's a sign of weakness, which it's not. But my family doesn't react well to it because they don't, it's like, I know they care, but they don't show me that they care. Does that make sense? So I just keep it to myself because I don't think anybody needs to hear it because nobody cares, right? They care, but they don't understand it, and then they mock me for it. And, you know, well, you run 5 miles a day. How can you be in pain? Well, I'm in pain every fucking second I'm doing it. And I'm sure it doesn't help my pain throughout the day, but I have to do it. I don't know. I just started D. I just started the Lyrica. So I'm talking about this for people who are also torn with starting medication, afraid of starting it for the stigma or for their family or for the side effects that they've heard about. I just wish that we could say, you need to try it. You know, and if we ask, hey, how did you do on this medication? You know, then you can tell, well, I don't want to scare you. It could work for you, but these were my issues with it. Or, hey, it worked great for me. I think people sometimes don't take into account how the person's going to react to hearing the constant negative about something. I share my journeys because I know there are people who need to hear it, people who are thinking about it, people who are managing pain by themselves and it's not working. I don't want to be an alcoholic, you know? I don't want to rely on alcohol to numb my body so I feel better. So, you know, I started getting worried and I was like, this is not the path I want to go down. And so I sought help and I'm trying to figure it out. And it's not something that can happen overnight. You're taking the right steps. I have to, you guys. I mean, I'm lifting up a 93-year-old man. I have to help him. I showered him last night and, you know, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of harm to your body. If anybody's had to deal with dead weight, and, you know, certain times of the day, he's dead, pretty much. You know, like, his cognition's bad, then he doesn't think he can stand or walk, or so it relies on us. It's hard on my body. It's hard on a body that's already in pain. So I have to be better. I have no choice. My back hurts bad. If it works for you, I'll take it into consideration. Yes. So I'm trying. So the deal with Lyrica is, I think he said 450, correct me if I'm wrong. I know, Snug. And sometimes I try to cry. I want to cry, but my tears don't come out because I think I'm just so exhausted that that nothing works. And I'm like, You know, like I'm trying to, like the holiday, like Cameron Diaz when she was trying to get her emotions out, and I like my body's going through the whole emotion, but the tears won't come. my tears won't come. And I feel like Cameron Diaz. Try to force it out. It's not working. Sometimes, yes, if there's songs that remind me of my mom, the holiday is one of my favorites. Yes, so I am trying it. Don't want to hear negative side effects or anything like that. I'm ignoring those things. If I see you comment about Lyrica and the medication I'm taking, I don't want to see it. I can't see it. I'm looking positive, and I don't want to see negative. My ex-hubby was like that. Why I said, and that you, big baby, can't take pain. Yes, and it's so funny because I think that they, you know, because I do everything, and I, you know, it's just like, oh, you can't be in pain. You know, there's no way you can't be in pain. I try to hold it together. But let me tell you, before I got on Lexapro, this bitch was falling apart. I mean, if I can tell you the shit that I've gone through with that phase of my life, that first year with Ed, Andrew, COVID, I was barely functioning. I could not stop crying. I was in the worst hole that I've ever felt in my entire life, close to my mom's death. I just was like, I can't, how do I protect, when your son, you know, when you lose, I mean, I couldn't imagine losing a kid, right? And some of you deal with that pain every day. But when you have a sick kid and that stress and that worry that you have to constantly think about, and I'm sure that exacerbated my fibromyalgia, right? COVID, stress, Ed, fucking stress, son, ill, stress, and more stress. And I don't stop worrying, right? I don't stop worrying. You guys would have, it was a whole different Danielle. Dan was looking at me half the time, my kids. You know how many people found me in the shower just panicking, and I was in a ball, and I could not stop crying. And I did that so much. I just would break. I would leave the house with like no shoes, and I would just drive. Dan called the cops a couple times, worried about me, because I would just, you know, love you, Janet. It was a really hard time in my life, and I said, I can't do this. I've done it for so long. I've managed my anxiety for so long, but I cannot do this anymore. And if everybody expects me to be me, I need help. No, you don't, you know. Oh, you don't need medication. Yeah, I do. And I did it. And a lot of people in here helped me and said, Danielle, just give it a try. Please, just give it a try. You could help, you know, it could help you. And I did. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was scared. I was scared, but I did it, and I'm still on it, and I feel great. Because without that little hand, that little blanket to keep me somewhat comforted, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here with you. I probably would be, I don't know, but I wouldn't be functioning right now. It was debilitating. My pain is starting to get debilitating. My pain is really, there's days that I just, you know, bending down and, you know, I'm just like, I can't keep doing this. And I say that, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep doing this. And a lot of it, it's just me expressing and my bitching, but it's my pain that is just making it so much more difficult. And it's horrible. It's horrible. It's fucking horrible. So I get it. I get it. You know, I get it. And the biggest hypochondriac is now asking for pills. So that tells you something. When it comes to my anxiety disorder, if I didn't take meds, I know, Deeds. I know it happens. Oh, a nugget. So yeah, so just be kind to people. You know, if you don't know the person, you don't know what they're going through or have been going through. Amara, hello, friend. Amara's, she's a high school buddy. Oh, thank you, girl. You know, just be kind to people. You don't know the shit that's going on in their head. You don't know, does exercise make it worse? Probably. But I'm not, if I stop exercising, I would lose my identity. I've already cut back on my running. I run 2 miles and then I walk the rest. And that's huge for me. That's really hard for me to do that. Hi, Paul. It's really hard for me to do that. I'm a 3-4 mile runner. I can't. My body's like, bitch, you can only do 2. And sometimes you can't even do 2. You gotta just walk. So I've already cut back a lot for me. And everybody's I gotta keep moving, you know, I gotta keep moving. I gotta keep focusing. I gotta keep moving. A body in motion stays in motion. I remember that from Saratoga High School, my physical, what was that, physical science class. A body in motion stays in motion. I refuse to stop moving. And it affects me, you know. It affects me, but I can't. I have so much to take care of, Solange, that I can't stop. I can't stop. I got calling a pin up, sir. Nervous breakdown. Now on a mouse will grab a pen. I make her sleep. I think I'm over medicated. That's a lot. That would like stress me out. But you know, that's you, right? That's me. I now I'm up to pills. You know, I have pills to take now. That makes me uncomfortable. Love you, Jaren. It makes me uncomfortable, but you know, I have to get over it because I hurt. I hurt. My hip is killing me right now. Not really my hip, my butt, my piriformis. So I do, Jake, I dance. I turn on my 80s music. Sometimes I get in the yard and I just zone everything out. And that helps, it doesn't take away the pain, but it helps the mental clarity. So I'm sharing this for everybody. You know, this is my journey. I share my journey. I'm not ashamed of my journey. I'm not ashamed of where I've been. I'm not ashamed of where I'm at. I'm not ashamed, period. I'm hopeful, and I give you guys hope because if I can do it, you can do it, right? I promise you, you will have my truth through this journey. You will have my pain, you will feel my sadness, you'll feel my frustration, because I think it's so important to talk about. You know, everybody's so afraid to be real and live in reality. You know, they come on these social media apps and they want to, you know, go into fantasy. Well, then don't come to my page. Don't watch my videos, because you're going to see things like Lemongate. I call that video Lemongate. Did you guys see on TikTok? I put up the Lemongate video from years ago, 3 years ago, and people are bitching. You're so mean. I know aging sucks. And the perimenopause, girl. Perimenopause, are you there? You know, it's Lemongate, y'all. You know, and when I was asking that question to Ed about the lemon, I wanted to make sure he recognized it as a lemon, not as an orange. So when everybody's like, well, I eat lemon just like that. Leave them the fuck alone. You know, okay, easy. You may do that. But for Ed, it was not normal, right? It's not normal for Ed. It is not normal for Ed to just open up an orange and eat it. I mean, a lemon. So I don't give a shit how many of you eat it that way. But when Ed does something that is out of the norm, even 3 years ago, I'm going to question it. And he was using a knife. Everybody's like, oh, nobody reads these days. Nobody pays attention. Pay attention. And hot flush, yes, girl. Woo! Let me tell you, I have an IUD in to settle my agitated uterus. That has helped. That's been the best thing. Progesterone was wonderful for the uterus. So she was angry. She was fighting. She was burning. She was irritated. I was in pain with that. So I have one thing under control. My uterus is finally calm. Yay. Everything else is still pending. Still pending. Yeah. Showed clarification my right breast. Have to go back for ultrasound. I'd broken into my left breast, so I'm nervous. I'm sorry, Cheryl. I would be a basket case too. As you do, or an orange, at least not in my world. Yes. So people just don't understand that. When I'm questioning Ed, it's obviously because it's not something that's normal. So it's funny how Lemongate is back and people aren't paying attention. He's like, oh, he's walking in new using a knife. Pay attention, people. Pay attention. Cheryl, we got you. We're here for you. Either way, right? We got you. We'll get you through this. They're so sour, you know. So anyway, I stopped reading the, you know, it's viral because people are agitated again. It was viral the first time because people just get their panties. I'm mean. I'm horrible. You know, I shouldn't be in charge of Ed, and I should be banned from taking care of that man. So thank you. Thank you for telling me what you think about my family. And then people say, you know, you should be kind. You're going to be old one day. Yeah, you're right. And I hope I have somebody like me taking care of me. So kiss my ass. Anyway, so Cheryl, you got this. It's nerve-wracking, but even if it's anything other. It's early. So we got this. We got this. We got this. Keep your head up, take some deep breaths, dance, do a little jig, and just know you got friends behind you. Thank you, Lillian. I appreciate it for all the little gifts that you sent. Now, happy Friday. I didn't mean to get so, depressing and all that stuff. Okay, Miami. It's just one of those things that I need to talk about because I want you to know this is what I'm doing. I want you to be curious and all the things. So I appreciate it. I have been taking lessons for 17 years with absolutely no side effects, zero. I am good, Garrett. And it's so wonderful when you find something. Ed likes bananas and apples. Yeah, he does. He doesn't even really like apples anymore, Sandra. It's weird. He really loves, Dan gave him an apricot yesterday, woke me up with his chomping. Oranges. He's always loved oranges. I'm not triggered, Jake. I mean, it's funny that people think I'm triggered by comments. And that's triggering to me. When you say, don't get triggered by comments or let it get to you, they don't get to me. That doesn't get me. Somebody that I don't know, it doesn't get to me. My response is just a way to cope with people and their passive aggressive ways or their mean ways or their bullying ways. The only people who can get to me and actually penetrate me are my family and my close friends. Period. Just because I'm talking and I may seem upset doesn't mean I'm upset. You guys need to stop assuming that. Period. Anyway, so I've had that since radiation treatments. Yes, we have LB, Froggy. Remain positive. You got to remain positive, and it's so hard in those times, Cheryl. I know it's so positive to remain positive. You know how many times I've been resent back because I have death breaths, and I'm like dying. I'm like, great, I'm dying. I tell everybody I'm dying. They're like, oh, be quiet. I'm dying because I've also had really bad luck in my life with loved ones who have died from things. So I assume my life is not long on this world. Because my mom died at 53. I have 2 more years and then I'm gonna be dead. That's what I think. That's what my mind goes to. So it's just that's my shit, right? It's my mental trauma that I deal with. And no, I'm not ashamed to share it. I don't give a shit. I do it in hopes to help people grow and expand their minds and their thought process of it's okay to talk about things. It's okay to open up. It's okay to use things and to bitch and to complain and to vent because it helps us sometimes see things in a different light. People are so afraid of saying how you really feel. People are so afraid at hearing the truth. People are so afraid at just feeling. And no, you don't have to feel that way. To feel means to be in connection with oneself. And if you're not feeling, and if you don't have empathy for other people, and if you do not think before you speak most of the time, you do not care of other people and you are avoiding yourself from growth and from being a better human, period. So my self-talk, this is the way, what you hear me do every day is how I cope with my life. The things that are happening to me, my body changes, my hormones, Ed, my husband who drives me nuts every day, my animals who I want to strangle, and just life in general of my expectations or the expectations of myself that I do myself and the people and the expectations that people have for me. Not to mention that they can't see reality in the house when I'm struggling. Nobody can see a woman scorned, People just like to point and then they complain about your nagging and your bitching. Well, fucking open your eyes and take a look or listen for once and maybe do something to help relieve that person of stress. If you can do that, you're evolving. But if you can't do that, think about it and reflect on yourself. Period. Okay. It's time. I'm gonna get on my well, hold on, I gotta bend down. Wait. Ow! My hip. Come on, baby. Give me the shakes. Okay, my 30-year-old son's 3-year death. Oh, Jen, I am so sorry. God, that's awful. I couldn't imagine. I knew how tore up I was just with my son. This is a good one. This is very fitting on what I just said today. Like I tell everyone, they think they're upsetting you. Danielle doesn't give one flying fuck. Yep, I don't. I don't really care. It's the people who, who are in my house. The people who are my good friends. I want people to be happy with me. I'm one of those people pleasers. I try to be. Social media has taught me that you can't please everybody. You're never going to make everybody happy. So get over yourself. You can just focus on your family and try to do the best you can with them, but fuck everybody else. If everybody else is not giving you the benefit of the doubt, or if anybody else shows and is mean to you and challenges you and talks back and bullies, and why would I give a fuck? And why would I even take the time to see what they're writing? Because they're just ugly and miserable with themselves. Right? I'm not here to grow and learn from people who are not happy with themselves or who don't really own their shit. I'm not going to be there for those people. I don't give two shits. If you aren't self-reflective and you can't see that your bullying ways are horrible, disgusting, ignorant, and complete and utterly dysfunctional, then I can't help you. There is no help whatever. Right? Okay, this is good. This is exactly what we talked about today. I use obstacles to motivate me to learn and grow. I'm going to say that again. I use obstacles to motivate me to learn and grow. What do I tell you every day? What do I tell you every day? Instead of looking like, oh, my life is shit. Of course this is expected. I said, look at it in a way to where you say, why is this happening? Okay? Is it something that I can prevent? Okay? And if it's not, what ways should I grow from this? And what am I learning from the obstacles and the shit being flung in my face? Right? You got to look at it. You got to take your moment, do whatever you got to do, cry, yell, scream, punch a bag. Don't punch anybody though. But you got to think, and then you got to reflect. And after you've gotten over it, then you got to think, what am I supposed to learn from this? How can I be better? How can I react differently? And how can I do to prevent it in the future? This is case on point, and I say this every freaking day. Use it to learn. Use it to grow. And if you can't take those incidences that happen to you every day to do those things, then you aren't self-reflective and you ain't gonna grow, and you're gonna stay stuck in the mud and you're gonna drown. Okay? Just meditate instead of doom searching. Stop doom searching. I'm a doom searcher. And I'm gonna tell you something. I always look at the negative. I always see doom and gloom. And I'm gonna tell you, the Lexapro has dumbed that down a little bit. It wasn't so overpowering. And it's not so overpowering anymore. Sometimes I see things and I'm like, nope, we're not gonna do that. That's not gonna happen, So it's really important. You have to learn that you can't change other people. People still want to be like, well, I want my dad to be this way. I want my mom to be this way. I want her. Why can't they understand? Well, they don't understand what your narrative and what you expect from them because it's not them. If they're not giving you those things, well, obviously it's something they don't know how. But instead, focus on the things that they're giving you. They definitely love you. They may not like you all the time, right? I know, you can't punch. I mean, you could marry, but disclaimer, there could be trouble. So you've got to realize we got to start focusing on the things that they do that show love instead of what they don't do to show love. Just because they don't. What? Why are you back?
I just gonna take a pee. Why?
Oh, hi Sandra. Get a non-alcoholic time. I will. Thank you. I'm gonna have at least a beer or two, but that's it. I gotta just while I'm doing this new medication, I gotta really be. God, I'm trying to like it, Sandra. It's not working because can you hit that? Because I'm shaking. Sandra, it's not liking us like it.
But
Sandra,
we like it.
Oh, now we did finally. So we got to focus, and we always focus on what people don't give us. Instead, think about what they do give us and what we appreciate from that, right? That's it. Dan's not a hugger, right? And sometimes it pisses me off. Where did you pee? You peed outside?
I pee over in the back fence over there.
You come home to pee in our yard.
What do you want me to pee in someone else's yard?
If you're walking home, you can go inside and use the toilet.
I can also pee right out there.
I go back there.
All right. Do you lick the wall?
No, but I touch it. Jesus. Yeah, what about the pee tree?
Huh?
What about the pee tree?
Pea tree.
Where I used to pee when we would do talk and a walk.
They trimmed it down. They saw the video.
Anyway, You guys got to be reflective on yourselves, right? You got to be aware. You got to be self-aware. Other guys do that. Yeah, my hubby loves. That's the thing. I've wondered why. Sometimes I see him, and I'm in the yard doing yard work, and I see him walk, and I'm like, oh, he must be home. And then he leaves, and I'm like, where'd he go? Now I know he's peeing, and then he walks outside. Why? Why? I mean, if he's the 3-incher. If he's what the hell? I don't know what the hell that is. Anyway, if you walk home, wouldn't you walk home and pee inside instead of on my property? What the hell? I mean, I'm everywhere on this property. No wonder why it smells like pee back there. I was like, it does. It has a different odor. You know, human, animal odors are different. Jeez. Well, it's my side yard, which is over by Clint's yard. So he's peeing, and Clint can see him. What kind of salad did I make yesterday? Oh, I need to get eggs. Thank you for reminding me. It wasn't as voluptuous as, but I still have tri-tip. So Ed's getting tri-tip salads. So that's it. My ex did it in the garden. His excuse watering the plants. No, it kills the plants. God. Yeah, use the toilet. Me too. It's like, no, let me go pee. I walked all the way home. Let me pee in my yard. Now, there has been times I do pee in my yard, but it's because I'm muddy and dirty and I don't want to go inside. I want to comment about Lyrica. There are 10 more. That has helped. Oh, thank you. Thank you for telling me that, Maria. Thank you. I know you were telling me last night anyway about it, so I appreciate it. There's negative for everything. I'm sure there's negative about Lexapro too. I didn't take it for like 3 days one time or 2 days in Mexico because I just forgot to take it. And I was like, God, I kept getting these head zaps. Like I was like, what is going on? Maybe too much alcohol. Maybe I'm not drinking enough water. And then when I went to take it the next day, I was like, oh, everybody, like some people could quit that shit cold turkey and not have an effect. And obviously 2-3 days take it, I was suffering with head zaps. It is like, it's not clear. It's not clear. He doesn't drink enough water. So anyway, it's crazy. So yes, just be respectful of other people. Have a little empathy for their beliefs and the way they're doing things, and just try not to be so negative. People don't recognize those like things as negativity. To me, that's negative. When you are, when somebody's starting something new for the first time, when somebody is starting something new for the first time, and everybody's like, oh no, like, oh God, no, I mean, it's really negative. You think you're helping that person, but you're freaking me the fuck out. Exactly. Because when I went into the doctor, I was like, no gabapentin. What are the other two? And he's like, he laughed at me and he's like, well, why? Can I ask why? And I was like, because people in my head already filled me with shit about it. And I can't take it knowing that I have all this minutia in my brain. And so I don't even want to try it because of all the negative that I've heard from it. He's like, okay, all right. I get it. So, Celix was difficult to get off of. Yeah. So good luck and let me know how it goes, because I mean, I don't know if I'm ever going to get off of it, but I can't. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Have you always been able to talk like this? Just the stream of consciousness. Asking because I do the trying to get out the habit. No, I've always done it. It's just a breaking point, I don't think it's anything bad, but people do have issues with it. Sometimes people get on my case for it. I don't think it's anything bad. It's just a process when you're talking and I'm forced to talk here, right? I'm forced to talk. I can't, quiet is weird. You can't have quiet because then what? It's awkward silence. I don't like awkward silence. So when I'm trying to think, sometimes I lose my train of thought. I do the whatever. So there it is, or whatever. I don't look at it as a bad thing. It's my processing. That's the way I process. So now you're making me hyper aware of that shit. Now I can't do that. I'm standing on a vibration plate. My friend Lori from Nebraska sent me a new one because my other one wasn't working. It was working, but it was squeaking. I take it about 3 times a day with no side effects, and that's good, Cheryl. I love that. There are people who have also wonderful things, but my mind and my brain has already been full when I was talking about pain medicines for this long time. Like, hey, I'm probably going to look into it, and blah. It takes me a process to get to the point where I need it, and then everybody's like, stay away, don't do it, you'll be sorry. Okay, so. That does put fear in people. People don't recognize that. People don't recognize that. that it does for people like me. It puts, have I tried Prozac? No. But have to go 3 days with nothing between the two. That will be this Sunday, Tuesday, in case I'm crazy. And I'm multitasking, Lily, and that's true too, because I'm like looking forward to both, places in between, and I'm trying to like survive. I have brain fog too, but remember, it could also be hormonal related. Yeah. And I ask people because I have a lot of, Debbie, for the most part, for me, it helps with my bladder control. That's why I love it. I noticed the biggest difference since I haven't been on it is my bladder control has gotten worse. So for me, the best amazing things is my bladder control. I pee more. I leak more. I shouldn't say pee. But it's basically good for, I'm hoping it loosens up also my circulatory system and, my lymphatic drainage. It does do, and just kind of helps me a little bit. I've been more stiffer, I've noticed, since I haven't been using it. So I'm hoping that this will start helping, right? I'm hoping this will start helping me again and getting back on track. I haven't lost all of my function and all of the muscles that I built up within my undercarriage, but I've noticed a huge difference without it. Isn't Dan's brother a doctor? Yes, he is. Yes, he's a pain doctor, as a matter of fact. Restless legs, I've also noticed I've gotten it, but I think mine's perimenopausal. I think a little bit, because I believe everything is I'm fucking 50 years old. Yeah, well, I'm 51. Yes, I just need good vibes. I just need good vibes. Again, there's so much negativity that surrounds me a day. I don't need negativity about my journey with a new pain medicine that could not work for me as well as it didn't for you. But I don't want to hear the, horrible. If I ask, then that's one thing, but don't just offer it because I don't want to know it. That's why I wouldn't take gabapentin. That's why I didn't take gabapentin, because I was already petrified, because I'm a hypochondriac and I don't forget things. I remember, it sticks in my head like fucking glue. So for me, I don't ever forget. When I hear something bad about something, it stays with me. So yeah, no, I don't. I just don't have that relationship with Dave, to be like, hey, Dave, I'm experiencing this or that, or hey, can you, what can you do for me? I couldn't use him anyway because he couldn't bill Kaiser. I have to go within my medical group. So it's not like, unless he could pay for it for me, but if not, I couldn't use him anyway. And I wouldn't fly in his plane either. I just, you just get the heebie-jeebies sometimes. 70, boo-hoo. Sorry. This is hard. The getting older. I mean, Sherry, I'm sure you could remember like 50 and then 51, and you were like, holy shit, am I really 51? Like, I have a high school friend on YouTube, and I'm thinking to myself, holy crap, last time I remember us, I still view myself as 18 until I see myself and I feel my body, and I'm like, hey, I'm none of those things. What the hell? What happened? All the time. It's exhausting to be negative. I mean, you guys, you can get a little glimpse of the negativity that I'm surrounded by. Just on my socials, and if you're just on one social and you see the negativity, imagine that 4 times over, right? And so it's really hard when you do this type of job to be able to separate and not let those things get you down, right? But when I'm here and when I'm talking and I want to explain things to you and I want to just be, in my moment with talking and helping others and stuff like that, I just don't want to see the constant hashing out, the constant ugly, because I get it enough. Save it for my comments in the videos where I can ignore you or block the fuck out of you. But just don't do it here, especially when I'm sharing my soul and I'm being vulnerable about things and people want to hit you when you're vulnerable. It's like, grow up, grow up. I'm talking about something. Oh no. Oh no. My cousin just had to put her dog down. And she's pregnant. She's the one who's due in August. And that was her baby. I mean, he was like 15. And she was just hoping that he could meet the baby. She's like, I'm just hoping. I have goosebumps. She's like, I'm just hoping that he'll hold on for the baby. And he didn't make it. Oh. that was her first dog, you know? It was her first dog. Oh God, that's horrible. Sorry. That's horrible. I didn't think that would get me, but I'm very close to her. And so and I know how much that dog, it's like your first dog, and she's due in what, like 8 weeks, 7 weeks, and she was just like, I just need him to hold on. I want Coops to meet the baby, and it's like a child. That was her first baby. Life. That's lifing, That's lifing. How's Grandpa? He was fine. He looked fine this morning when he was eating. Yeah. He slept well. I kept the fan on last night. I try everything to keep him less fidgety. He slept really good last night, but I kept the fan on. So I don't know if that had something to do with it. So we'll try it again tonight and see if that works. I will, Miami. Losing pets is so hard. I know. And Cooper was such a good boy. Like, that was the best first dog she could have ever had. And they have Jax, which is one of those big poodle things. Her husband had Jax. And so, and then you think about the poor babies, the poor Jax, and how he's going to deal with the loss of God, I hate that. Hannah? Yeah, Hannah does. I lost a male cat last Monday. Oh, it breaks for the fur babies is standard. Is that what they are? I don't know what I call them the big poodle things. And yes, I just wiped my nose on my shirt. I don't care. I don't care. So that is, God, it's horrible. And you know how horrible she feels. She's pregnant. She wanted her baby. She wanted her baby to meet Koopy. Ugh, horrible. Ugh. Anyway, sorry, that got me. Because you feel for other people. That's what happens. Anyway. Thanks, Suzanne. I appreciate it. My pregnant cousin, the one who I need to go down when she delivers, she lost her first baby. And so that was hard. She really just wanted, she wanted him to hang on. Her whole goal was to, hang on until the baby was born. I'm so sad for her. I know it. It's horrible. It's horrible. The vet was euthanizing the dog. She took... There's a part right as he passed, the lights flickered. I believe in those things, you guys. I'm so spiritual in that whole thing, and that's what it makes me so sad for her. And to be pregnant with all those hormones, and and just wishing, and her wish didn't come true, and fuck, that poor thing. My doctor appointment went good, so I started some new meds, and we will see. We will see how it goes. I won't tell you anymore. No, I started Lyrica, so we'll see. So anyway, back to Friday. Anybody have any plans? I'm going to just do this for a couple seconds. I've lessened up on my arms this week just because of the pain I've been in, and I hate that, right? I hate that. It really bothers me because I also don't want flabby arms, and the only way to not get flabby arms is to work them. Was with me I know, and that's what her hope was, Suzanne. That's what her hope was. Love you, Jess. Have a good day. Stay healthy. So anyway, somebody asked me if I had plans today or this weekend. No, there's no sports. My nuggets are gone for the weekend, and they're camping up in Tahoe. You're going to the casino? I really want to go to the casino. I really, Deidre, that's not a bad way to spend your time. Deidre, you're back? And so, yeah, I don't want any bat wings. You're a retired nurse after 40 years, and I appreciate that, Suzanne. I could never work at a vet clinic. I can't even say no to animals once they come on my property. Deidre, we missed you. We were just talking about you the other day on our member live. And I'm sorry with whatever happened. That wasn't against you. She's no longer here. Yeah, that person is no longer here. So I'm glad you came back and found your way. But it was, thank you for joining, Amara. That was great. You make me smile. So Deidre, I apologize. Yeah, same old Deidre. And we were talking about you on our member live the other day. And I'm sorry about the lady with that name starts with an L. We won't talk about. She hasn't been here for a while. So I don't know what happened. I really don't know. Unfortunately, I put trust in people who weren't really great people to come out with. So welcome back, honey. We missed you. We missed you. That was the next question. Are you going to the casino? I wanted to go yesterday, but I was so tired. After I went to go pick up my medicine, and I came home, and I did some things, and then I went to go pick up my medicine because I wanted to have it time, and my medicine place is over there. And everybody was asking about you, all of our normals. So welcome back, and thank you for not letting her totally scare you off. It's supposed to be, oh, bad. It was supposed to start getting hot. I miss my old friends. I miss people. And sometimes people run away because of, people within the chat or old moderators or whatever. And Deidre was one of them. Her name came up the other day. And I was hoping one day. So weird. I got goosebumps. Deidre, I literally just got goosebumps because that's a manifestation. We were literally talking about you on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? Members that we were just talking about her, and we're like, and Deidre, she never came back. And I get it. You got scared off, right? And it wasn't your fault, and I apologize. So thank you. But God, we manifested that shit. We just literally talked about it. Tell her. Everybody tell her. Was it Tuesday or was it? Yeah, no, it wasn't yesterday. It had to be Tuesday. Oh gosh, Mary, I'm forever in the yard. It's so much work. And I have help in the yard, like on Saturdays, to mow majority of my property, but like the rest of the stuff. See, I love that. Deidre, you put a smile on my face. It's just all of a sudden I was like, Deidre? When I saw your response about what you were doing, I was like, Deidre's back! Yay! That makes me happy. Thanks for putting a smile on my face. And sorry about whatever happened. I don't even remember, but I knew something happened. So anyway, so my babies are leaving for camping this weekend. So we're literally just going to chill out with Ed, I guess. Or I might see, I don't know, Jennifer's been, she doesn't have school this summer. The first year in 3 years, she hasn't had summer school. But, bye, Steph. And so, yeah, it's great. So I'll probably be putzing around. I think you did too. And I'm sorry. I don't mind anything that you talk about. It doesn't bug me. I think it's funny. So just be you, girl. Just be you. We welcome it. Shit. Hannah. I have to call Hannah back. But anyway, okay, guys. I gotta call my cousin. My Hannah Banana just called me, so I gotta call her and make sure she's okay. And anyway, I love you guys. Remember, you are important, you are worthy, and you matter. Okay. And Deidre, anytime something like that happens, if it ever happens again, which I probably wouldn't. Oh my gosh. Oh, Michelle, sorry about that. Remember to reach out some other way, and I'll fix it. Okay. Because that should have never happened. Anyway, I love you guys. Remember, you are important. Did I just say that? You are worthy and you matter. And don't let people get you down. Try to find your sparkle. Have a great weekend. I will see you all in the morning. Remember, my mornings might tend to be a little bit later. Don't fret if I'm not on by 10. I should be getting closer. But if not, I'll be here before then. That rhymed. Anyway, love you guys.